Hey everyone, and welcome back to Personance. We love to do deep dives here. And today, we're diving into something I think we can all relate to, saving money.
Yeah, especially these days, right? Everyone is looking for ways to.
Absolutely. So we found this article called 13 Things I Cut from My Budget.
Ooh,
And,
that sounds interesting.
right, so that we break it down, see what's in there, what makes sense.
Yeah, what we can all maybe hopefully take away and use.
Exactly. So, saving money can sometimes sound a little bit like, ugh, boring. But,
Districting.
yeah. But let's think of it like we're on a treasure hunt.
Okay, I like that.
Right. Like we're looking for those hidden gems that'll free up some cash so you can actually spend it on the things you really want to.
I love that. It's about making your money work for you, not the other way around.
Yes, exactly.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's jump right in. Number one on the list. This is a classic one. Brand name groceries. The article suggests switching to store brands whenever you can.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, it's not just about saving a few pennies here and there. A lot of times, those store brand products are just as good.
Oh, totally.
Sometimes they're even made in the same factories, just different packaging.
Right.
So you could be getting the same quality, but without that brand name markup.
Seriously. Think about how much you could save. Okay, number two. This one I know I've struggled with. Fast fashion. All those trendy, cheap clothes.
Yeah, yeah, tempting.
Right. But then they end up cluttering up your closet after just a couple wears.
Totally guilty of that. The article suggests something that I think is so smart, a one in, one out rule.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. So every time you buy something new, you get rid of something old.
That's such a good idea. I need to try that.
It really makes you think twice before you buy something. Plus, your closet stays organized.
Win-win. Speaking of things that can drain your bank account, number three is takeout. I mean, we all love the convenience.
Oh, for sure.
But it gets expensive, and it's not always the healthiest choice.
Yeah, true. You know what the article suggests? Instead of completely cutting it out, just try having a couple of go-to meals planned for those busy nights.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, something super easy that you can throw together quickly. That way, you're less tempted to order takeout.
Great tip. Okay, number four might be a little bit controversial. Alcohol.
Well, they specifically talk about the markup at restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, have you seen the prices of cocktails these days?
Seriously. It adds up so fast.
Right, so they suggest maybe limiting yourself to one drink when you're out or choosing something a bit cheaper.
Like a glass of wine instead of a fancy cocktail.
Exactly, or even just spacing out your drinks with water.
Such simple changes can make a big difference to your bill. All right, number five, designer purses.
Okay, I have to admit, I love a good handbag.
Me too. But they can be so expensive.
The article kind of challenges us to think about if they're really a need or just a want.
That's a good point. There are tons of stylish bags out there that don't cost a fortune.
Totally. You can find quality and style without that designer price tag.
Okay, number six is where things get interesting. Little things. Those tiny purchases that we tend to overlook.
Oh, yeah, the it's only $5 trap. But those
All right.
$5 add up.
For real.
Yeah.
The article says to ask yourself two questions before you buy anything. Where will I keep this? And what purpose does it serve?
Ooh, that's good.
All right, if you can't answer those questions, maybe you don't need it. Okay. Number seven is another one I feel personally attacked by. Trendy accessories.
Ah, the drawer full of jewelry we never wear.
Yes, I have so much of it. The article suggests focusing on versatile pieces you'll wear a lot instead of chasing every trend.
Building a collection of things you truly love instead of just filling your drawers with stuff you'll wear once.
Makes sense. Number eight is a practical one. Automatic payments. Those recurrent subscriptions we all have.
It's so easy to forget about them, like that streaming service you signed up for and never used.
Exactly. They recommend checking your bank statements regularly and canceling anything you don't actually use.
Freeing up that cash flow. All right, let's shift gears a little. Number 9, weekend trips abroad. Don't get me wrong, travel is amazing.
I love it. Experiencing different cultures is so enriching,
Me too. But those international trips can get expensive.
especially with how much flights cost these days.
The article suggests exploring more budget-friendly options like, what about a staycation? Or a road trip here in the U.S.?
There are so many incredible places to discover right here in our own backyard.
And sometimes exploring something closer to home can be just as exciting. Okay, number 10. This one's pretty simple. Dinner drinks.
Water.
Yes, opting for tap water instead of those pricey beverages when you're eating out.
It's free and it's healthier.
You can still enjoy the food and company without spending extra.
Totally. Okay, let's talk about number 11. This one's called fantasy self-fashion. And I think we've all been there, buying those clothes for the life we wish we had.
Oh, for the person we dream of
Right.
being.
But then those clothes just end up hanging in our closets, never getting worn.
Yeah. The article encourages us to just be honest about our lifestyle and buy clothes that actually reflect that.
Clothes that you're actually going to wear,
Yeah.
not for some fantasy version of yourself.
Right. Okay, this next one might seem a bit counterintuitive. Number 12 is cheap shoes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're actually saying that spending more on quality shoes can save you money in the long run.
Interesting. Because those cheap shoes wear out so fast.
Right, and then you have to keep replacing them. Invest in a good pair that's comfortable, durable, and you'll be better off in the long run.
And it's better for your feet. Okay, last but not least, number 13. Must-have skincare products.
The beauty industry is always coming out with new stuff, promising miracles.
I know. And it can get so expensive chasing after all the latest trends.
Totally. This article reminds us that a good skincare routine doesn't have to cost a fortune.
Like, sometimes a basic routine with a few quality products is all you need.
And don't underestimate the power of good habits like drinking water, getting enough sleep.
Yes. Those things can make a bigger difference than any expensive cream.
Right. Healthy habits equal healthy skin.
Okay, wow, we just went through all 13. From groceries to shoes to skincare. That was a lot.
That was a deep dive. I mean, it's really all about being mindful, right? With our spending choices and...
Yeah, and you know what I appreciate about this article is it's not saying you have to deprive yourself.
No?
It's not like cut out everything fun. It's more about finding that sweet spot.
Exactly, like a balance.
Right. It's about those little adjustments that can actually make a big difference over time.
Absolutely. Like
Oh.
maybe instead of buying a latte every day, you make coffee at home a few times a week.
Or pack your lunch a couple days instead of always eating out.
Exactly. Little things like that can really add up, and they don't have to feel like a sacrifice.
Exactly. It's about saving money but still enjoying your life. So I'm curious, out of these 13 things we talked about, was there one that really stood out to you?
Ooh, good question. You know, the one about fantasy self-fashion really resonated with me.
Oh my gosh, me too.
It's so true, though, right? We've all done it.
Yeah, buying clothes for this life we wish we had, but it's not our actual life.
And then they just sit in the closet. It's a good reminder to buy things you'll actually wear and enjoy.
For your real life, I know. It's hard to resist sometimes. What about you? Did any of them jump out at you?
You know, the one about cheap shoes was a good reminder for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you really do get what you pay for. Like, it's worth spending a bit more for quality.
Especially for something you wear every single day.
Right. A good pair of shoes can save you so much discomfort and money in the long run.
Okay, so we've given you guys a lot to think about today.
We have 13 potential places to start saving.
And we don't want to overwhelm anyone.
No, take it easy.
Start small. Pick one or two things from the list and give it a try this week.
Yeah, maybe swap those brand name groceries for store brands.
Or finally cancel that streaming service you never watch.
Seriously, do it. Even small changes can make a difference.
And when you start to see those savings add up, it can be really motivating to keep going.
Absolutely. It's like a snowball effect. Okay, but before we wrap things up...
Yes. I want to leave you with something to think about.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
So we've been talking a lot about cutting back on unnecessary spending.
Which is important, for sure. Helps you reach your financial goals.
Totally. But you know, life isn't all about budgets and spreadsheets.
Right. Gotta enjoy it, too.
Exactly. So my question for everyone listening is this. What's one thing you spend money on that you don't technically need,
Okay.
but that brings you genuine joy?
That's a good one.
Right. Maybe it's your daily coffee, those weekend brunches with friends.
Or maybe it's that streaming service you actually do use and love.
Exactly. It's okay to have things in your budget that make you happy.
As long as you're being mindful and making intentional choices with your money.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's all about finding that balance.
Because if you have a budget that's too strict, you're not going to stick to it.
No,
It has to be something that works for you and your life.
this has been such a great conversation. I always learn so much during these deep dives.
Me too. It's amazing how many little changes we can make that can have a big impact.
And remember, even small steps can lead to big results over time.
You got it. It all starts with taking that first step.
So if you're listening, and this has got you thinking,
Yeah, if you've got some ideas brewing,
head down to the comments, let us know.
what's one thing you're going to cut from your budget?
Or, you know, maybe there's something you're going to keep, even though it's not technically essential.
Because it brings you joy.
Exactly. Let's chat about finding that balance,
Yeah,
between being responsible with your money and still actually enjoying life.
totally.
And hey, while you're down there in the comments, make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Oh, yeah, don't forget to subscribe.
That way you won't miss any of our future deep dives.
I've got so much more to explore.
All sorts of topics, from productivity,
Person growth,
all that good stuff.
So join the Personance community.
Let's learn and grow together.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
See ya next time.